People do not care about what you intend on doing. They only care about the result. And when I say people, I'm referring to the marketplace as well. The deliverables. Did you deliver on what you said you were going to do? That's the only thing you're judged on. Not your intentions, not how badly you want it. What matters is the result. So many guys are caught up in this loop of just talking about their goals, discussing their plans. But they're not known as the kind of guy that gets things done. You know, there's guys out there that will just keep delivering, and you'll look at them and think, I've never even heard him talk about his goals, but I've always seen him achieve milestone after milestone after milestone, because that's the kind of guy that just lets his results do the talking. You're just talking, but there's a guy out there who lets his results do the talking for him. It doesn't mean you can't announce what you intend on doing to people, but once or twice is enough. If you start exceeding that and you start talking about your goals 3, 4, 5 times without making a start, without taking a single step, then you're just a professional procrastinator who likes the sound of his own voice, who enjoys the feeling of talking about his goals, which, by the way, I mean, they've done studies on this. It gives you a false sense of accomplishment when you talk about your goals prior to even executing on them, right? You feel like, man, yeah, I want to do this and I want to open that, and it makes you feel good. But I want you to derive that feel good emotion from actually ticking your goals off. Done, 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 done. Not from just talking about them. Because you don't want to be known as the talker, guys. Every 6 months you hear the same friend saying, yeah, I want to do this business. I want to. It's like, man, when are you going to do it, bro? I'm sick of hearing it. Make a start. Make a bloody start on this shit. Yeah, I want to. No one cares what you want to. And look, I know this is going to sound a little bit mean, right? But it's the reality. No one cares. What have you done? I used to be stuck in this loop myself in my late teens, early 20s. Always talking about it. And then I noticed people will start to get disinterested in the conversation because they've heard it 1,000 times. And then I started to just do shit. Just begin, get things done. I'm not saying you have to wait until you're very successful in your line of work to then start talking about it. But just let things move. Get some results under your belt. Then you can say, well, hey, I've been working on this project and, you know, we're here right now. Of course, we aspire to get to that level. The results right there. All right? If you're just beginning a project right now, remember this, or a new business, how much you earn is correlated to the value that you offer. So the more valuable you become to the marketplace, the more you will earn. If you're just talking about it, you're not providing any value. You're just talking about your goals. Get things in motion. As you refine your skill sets, as you work on the actual product and the service, over time, you will see that you will be compensated more money. You know, I would even tell you right now, gentlemen, start before you're ready. Just get the process in motion. You don't need a fancy £5,000 website. You don't need a fancy camera to record videos. Start where you are with what you've got. Tony Robbins used to say, it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness in relation to attaining success, right? It's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. There are people that have gone further with less. I'm going to say that again. There are people that have gone further in life with less than where you and me started. They made the best out of the circumstance. They were hungry for it. And they just executed consistently. You know, I posted something on Instagram yesterday, a quote that goes, if somebody was to spend a week with you, would they believe that you were serious about your goals based on the habits and the things you were doing during that week? Would they believe that you were serious about your goals? That should get you thinking. If someone was to follow you for a whole week, just documenting everything you're doing, would they have confidence that you are on the right path that you need to be on to attain your goals? Or are they going to be like, well, I mean, the guy kind of wants it, but it's just simply a want right now. Alex Hormozy says that most entrepreneurs, they're not entrepreneurs. They're wantrepreneurs, because they go from idea to 6 months later, idea, without anything having actually been initiated. A real entrepreneur is someone that has an idea and executes on it in a short time frame, doesn't sit around with the idea, because sitting around with the idea ensures that it will just not materialize. And your enthusiasm for that idea will diminish over time. The late, great Jim Rohn talked about it, right? The law of diminishing intent. The longer it takes for you to do something, the less likely you are to do it. So if you sit on this idea for very long, you might be thinking, yeah, well, I'm just brushing up the idea. I'm just sharpening it up to make sure when I start, it's perfect. It won't be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. But to execute right now with an imperfect plan is far better than to sit around, wait for the plan to get perfect, and then go. Okay? Someone once put entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs as people that jump off a cliff and build a plane on the way down. The idea meaning that you're not supposed to have all the answers right now. You'll figure it out as you go along. So get the idea in motion. Okay? If you want to believe in your idea a lot more, you need to get even just a small result. That gives you belief. Oh, this works. You know, if you make a video and you get your first subscriber, oh, you know what? Maybe someone does give a fuck about what I have to say after all. Or you start a business, you get your first sale. You're like, oh, hang on a second. And that's what makes you believe in where you're going. You're like, if I could do this once, I could do this 10 times. I could do this 100 times. I could do this 1,000 times. And that's absolutely true. There's a saying that I like to use. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Right? When I look at an opportunity and I'm like, man, I see the money in this. I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure I do absolutely everything in my power to become as successful as possible in it. It's going to take some time, but the potential is there. Right? The potential is there. So get things in motion. Do not wait around. There will never be a right time. And with that being said, if you want to join the community that I launched down below, the top 3%, click on the link down in the description below. Here you'll learn things such as how to improve your communication skills, your confidence, your style, your charisma, your relationships. We're currently at 13 members, but we're rapidly growing. So click on the link down below and I'll see you guys on the other side. Take care.